welcome him with a big round of applause.
Hello, from Samsung Electronics. My name is Youn. So I came Busan 4 years ago, back in 2019, and this is the second time I'm visiting Busan today. And actually, when I came here 4 years ago, actually it's going to be shown later in the materials. Because of the bespoke, I visited Busan before. So we have Busan Samsung Plaza. Actually, the name has been changed since March, but we wanted to have a pilot test using bespoke, and with the same bespoke, I'm visiting the city for the second time, and I'm very happy to be here. And probably this is the last session of the speech, so probably a lot of audiences are very feeling bored. So maybe why don't I give a quiz, and maybe I can give free coffee coupons. So let me start my speech. So in 2019, Samsung Electronics started selling bespoke appliances. So this was the biggest event for our company's history. So if you see our products, we have infinity lines including fridges, and also we have Grande AI. This is the water machine. And on the right side, we have dishwasher, and also hood and water filter. So we have various appliances under the name of bespoke. Usually, people say that in Korean we have a special word for appliance. We call it a white appliance because most of the colors of the appliances are chosen as white. But let me take some example. I mean, I love cars, and when you buy cars, probably you think about the color a lot, right? And usually people end up choosing white or black. When I purchased my car a long time ago, I wanted to have a red or blue. That is very unusual, but the car dealer said that most of the Koreans prefer to having white or black. So 70% of the vehicles are made as white or black. So because of that, I bought a white color car, and since then, our company, I wanted to get out of the box, and that's why we came up with customized colors for appliances. I mean, a long time ago, people say that let's buy a fridge, and people were very simple to choose a color. I'm going to pick white or silver, but today we have a various choices. Okay, here is the quiz. Is there anyone who's getting married this year, or do you have a plan to get married this year? There is one person. Then can I ask you a question? So when you choose an interior, and when you think about purchasing appliance for your new home, what is the factor that you consider the most? I want to pick a bright color for my interior and appliance. Were you like that in the past as well? Yes. So, I mean, there is a trend with the interior design. I mean, in the past, people, I mean, not a very long time ago, but I think back in 2019 or 2020 or until 2021, white tone interior color was the most widely chosen color. But starting 2022 and 2023, the tone became more natural. That's more popular. I mean, I didn't know it until I moved into a new place this April this year, and this is what I heard from my interior designer. So you choose interior design first, and then you pick the color for your appliances. Then for our home, which color of the fridge would be the best one. This is something that you need to think these days as well. Then you visit a store. So you can visit the Samsung store, and then there is various choices of the colors for customers. So we have a big Samsung stores in Busan and other regions. And there are characteristics of these big stores. There is one common characteristic. Actually, this is a pop quiz. Do you know what kind of characteristics is this? Actually, there is no specific answer. Well, I have a prize for you if you get the answer. Well, about the digital space, I'm going to talk about it a bit later. And actually, this is the offline store. For bespoke appliance, I can choose the color. The color can be chosen by myself, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. Actually, that's the answer I was looking for. But there is a big difference between the appliance color and the interior color. I mean, the offline store is very big, right? The size is very big, but there is a trend change among the offline appliance stores. In the past, we just displayed same appliances on the wall. But starting 2018 and 19, in this store, we decreased the number of appliances for display. And if you visit Samsung store today, we have a very small number of appliances displayed, and actually there is a lifestyle experience hall, and it's very interesting but has a problem. I mean, in the store it looks great, but think about your home, actual home. I mean, for those ones who design the interior style for your home recently, I'm sure you have a new style, but it's a different story. And sometimes you rent a home and you just feel that, I'm going to live here just for 2 years and I'm not going to put a lot of efforts for having great interior design, right? Then, then the reference image is the biggest gap. I mean, so clients are thinking now that, this looks great in the store, but is it going to look great at my home as well? So this is something that we realized. And actually, I earlier said that, I'm going to give you the free coffee coupon, right? I think the first person who answered the question. And someone who talked about the apartment earlier. So this bespoke fridge is really pretty, but does it look good at my home? Not sure, right? So there is a gap between the display and actual displacement at my home, right? I mean, the store is really big and it has a very high ceiling, just like this hall. But think about our regular apartment in Korea. I think the height is about 2.8 meters or lower. So that's why when we put our new appliance at home, it looks a bit different. I mean, when you don't like clothes, you can refund it easily. You can exchange it. But fridge is a different story. I mean, you brought a fridge at home and you don't like the color. And did you try to refund it? I mean, have you ever had an experience like that? I mean, you can't do that. I mean, it's a rare case. Well, bespoke has an advantage. You can change the panel color. But just because the color is something that you don't like, you don't refund the fridge, right? So the early choice, the first choice matters because the color of the fridge is going to stay in your kitchen for 2 to 3 years at least. So it's a bit different from cloth color, right? So that's why we wanted to think about matching, great match between appliance color and your home. And we made a solution finally. There are 5 elements that we were considering earlier. So first one is house size, and the second one is the structure of the appliances. So what it means is that there is a freestyle fridge and the regular fridge. Do you guys know the difference between those two, freestanding and kitchen fit? Yes. So I think 2-door fridge is the kitchen fit, and the single door is the I think that's called the free fit. You can locate the fridge as you want. No, actually, it's a bit different. When I say freestanding, there is a space for a fridge in the kitchen, and when there is position available, we call it free size. And in case of regular apartments these days, there is a specific space size made for certain fridges, and we call it standard fit. So kitchen fit does not affect the empty space next to the door. It's very effective. But even though the answer is wrong, I'm going to give you the free coupon later. So this was not the first trial that we did. I mean, when we launched the bespoke appliance back in 2019, we conducted similar pilot testing in advance. So I earlier mentioned that I came to Busan 4 years ago, right? So for the digital plaza, I had to explain this pilot testing to our employees. So the solution had 4 steps of the experiment. 60,000 apartment unit data from Korean apartments were collected, and then sofa and kitchen appliances and island furniture was located, and then product is located, our appliance is located. And back then we did not use HMD. When we click the VR button, the layout of the apartment is drawn as 3D. And then we were able to show this 3D layouts to customers. Actually, this was not a bad idea. So we used the very famous solution from our from our partner. But the thing is, you can see the minutes that take to accomplish each step. So if you add all these 4 steps, it takes 14 minutes, 15 minutes. Actually, 15 minutes is not a short time, right? I mean, for the clients who visit the offline store, they have a clear target, right? Clear purpose. I mean, of course, they want to get some air conditioning during hot summer, but most of the clients who visit a Samsung store, they have a clear purpose. They are thinking of a certain appliance that they want to buy, and our retailer, for those clients, our 15 minutes of accomplishing these 4 steps is necessary, because those employees are trained very well and they know what those customers want to buy. They are expertise, so they don't have to use the solution. They want to buy a bespoke fridge, and they don't have to spend 15 minutes for creating the layout of this fridge. So the time was the matter. it took so long to draw this layout. So after our pilot program in 2019, we stopped conducting this solution starting 2020, and just time passed. So based on our past experience, we realized the high expectation from our customers. I try to show these sentences one by one, but I can't. So the first feedback was the solution was too long. Can we make it faster? And also there was a comment that using the solution is very difficult. I mean, you have to pick each furniture and display it in the screen. So actually, customers could not do it directly by themselves. We had to allow our employees to do it. And the next point was graphic. Customers wanted to see the realistic vision of the layout. Earlier, I said that we used 60,000 apartment layouts for creating this database, but still, it wasn't enough. I mean, I just mentioned about the ceiling height, right? And also the light location as well. So there was very inconvenience about laying those one component one by one. So, and the next point was the positioning, and also someone talked about the device limitation. So I showed the lifestyle experiment zone in our store. So people thought that maybe those can be adopted to them. And the last point was the scalability. So they wanted to experiment this solution regardless of devices.
So this was the solution that we came up with to improve the communication with consumers. So our first goal was to create a retail experience solution based on Metaverse. And second was to provide consultation program for electronic appliances. The term Metaverse, as other speakers pointed out, the NFT under the water. There are a lot of memes like that. Metaverse doesn't have a chance. People say, actually, ourselves, we rather than Metaverse, we use the term real experience contents. We seek to provide an interior design matching which is more intuitive and more convenient. On the left photo is the actual bespoke contents. If you are not familiar with this, visit Samsung.com from your smartphones or search bespoke on Naver. And it's a user experience that is very convenient for both retailers and the customers. In the past, only the retailers were able to use the solutions. But this is not just a retailer, but a solution that users can use. So you can just click those apps. On this app, not just refrigerators, it features 16 product categories, including TVs, ground products, shoe dresser, air dresser, and all different types of appliances. We ensure faster and quality experience by offering the representative apartment design. In the past, we thought that if we had the database for all apartments in Korea, but counterintuitively, that didn't work very well because it took another 15 minutes longer consumers are very fast. They come to our stores with clear plan. Maybe you go to Samsung stores to get customer service or get product consultations or have an engineer to fix your air conditioner. So they don't want to spend long time in store. Also very inconvenient for the detailers, the sales rep. So we pre-selected the representative designs and offer those models to customers. It comes with 16 different types, different apartment sizes. Now, Pyong is now you are not allowed to use the unit Pyong. So they all feature apartments of different sizes. There's one thing we found doing this. There are so many different apartments in Korea, and the which size do you think most Koreans live in? Yes, with the lady with black mask. 20 평? Yes, that's right. 20 or 30 평. They account for 70% of the apartments when it comes to size. That's what we call national size. But those houses, these are actual apartments. Those 16 apartments, the apartments that you can find in Seoul, Busan, and Daejeon. And some of them feature special design. The new apartment these days, you can install island kitchen on a 20 평 apartment. I used to live in an apartment about 20 평 size, close to 30 평. So we took into consideration those different elements. So they feature different types of apartments. For popular sizes, we offer old models and new models. And our solution allows for product check and simulation, and ultimately to ordering without complex process of installing. That's why we offer different housing types, different products, and interior design experience, and color recommendation, and the interoperability and purchase scalability. Once you log in, you are offered with the solutions goals, and we set the starting point. Once you get in, you are greeted with virtual corridor and select your house and enter and select your favorite kitchen type. This was launched in February and updated once after that, but the aesthetic element will be overhauled, and we are carrying out the launch update. I'm personally sorry, if this conference was held in July, then I would have been able to show you newer version. So please make sure to check it out in July. It comes with 3 simple selections and clicks to experience the virtual space. And users can control not just with mouse or touch. It's responsive web, so regardless of the size, users can have free experience, like just like G Fold or G Flip. They are different from existing smartphones. If you use the folder smartphone fold, then you will see a much more realistic.
So in order to not waste our prestigious time of our clients, we want to provide a solution that can smoothly apply the demands of the clients. And if you look at the main menu, we have a VR store. So this is the link that allows users experience the virtual world of their requested apartment. And in Samsung.com, I earlier mentioned that people can experience their bespoke appliance, right? So all of the bespoke appliances are organically aligned to this VR section. So by logging into Samsung Electronics, after experiencing this VR, users can purchase items via online directly. Of course, they can visit offline stores if they want to. So Android, iOS, both are available to provide such experience to our clients. I think that's another advantage that we have. So the menus are optimized for each operating system. So not only the colors and various models of our bespoke appliances, but also the simulation is available. I mean, we already had this simulation feature available, but we added more features into it. And actually, this was the high demand from the offline store managers and also clients as well. So for example, 65-inch and 70-inch and 75-inch TVs are most popular ones among clients. But okay, let's say that I'm going to move into a new apartment and I need to buy appliances. And even if when my apartment is not really big, then I have to think a lot whether 85-inch TV is going to be okay or not. And I just want to give you a statement about a TV that if you want to enjoy high quality of the screens of the TV, you have to have a huge TV. This is a must. So now, whether 85-inch TV is going to be good enough or not, then people need to have a simulation. And also this goes for fridge as well. Not only customizing the colors in the virtual world in the simulation menu, but actually I can set the size of the apartment in this menu and in this virtual world, and I can simulate the size of the TV here. So with this 85-inch TV will be okay or not, then you can test it. You can simulate it. I mean, you can now see the centimeters here. Actually, I heard that I shouldn't use inch, so I put the size of it in centimeters. So if you are curious, you can read the size here. So we have all the products available in this menu. And the PMs selected proper models for typical size of the current apartments. For example, for this size of the apartment, this type of the models of the bespoke is going to be good enough. So for the 16 sizes of the apartments, you can see the proper appliances. And based on your interior design colors, you can see the recommended colors of the appliances. Not only our official website, uh, actually, we do have the link for stores and VRs. So after simulation, you can smoothly purchase your product. And then there is a experiment lab in offline stores. So if you look at the picture here, you can see a person is wearing a HM device and testing it. So this store is located in Hongdae, and you can see the home meta VR experiment in our offline store. In case of the home meta VR, the solution is a bit different from the website simulation. So this is for PC. The earlier that I mentioned was the PC desktop mode, and the solution that is used in the store is a bit different because actually at the offline store, the solution is more state of the art. It requires high graphics, so the solution is a bit different from the website one. And then we have we have not only our own solution, but we adopt various existing solutions. So with this famous interior design application, with this company, we have a collaboration. So the collaboration that we did last year was very fantastic. So based on the pictures uploaded by users on this app, we were able to gather more data, and we were able to promote our brand properly. And the live streaming is used as well. So if you look at this picture on the right side, so during the live streaming, we show actual appliance, right? So this is okay, but it's very difficult to show various colors of the appliance. I mean, we are showing this for door refrigerator, and if we want to show the infinite line fridge, then we have to bring a new fridge, actual fridge, to the stage, and we can't do that, right? So we can set the various virtual screens, so the show host can change the screen and show it. This was a very successful case. This was a successful promotion. So early this year, we used this kind of contents for having promotion with a neighbor. I think this event was held back in April. So without installing actual fridge, the graphic on the screen is very clear, so we got positive feedbacks. So that's the end of our presentation, and if you check out this QR code, you can experience VR on our website. And I hope you enjoyed my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your passionate presentation. Now let's move on to Q&A and open the floor. Please raise your hand if you have any question. And I missed to give you the coffee coupon. Please find me after this. Please raise your hand if you have any question. Yes. I'm married for 2 years. I had a lot of quarrel with my wife over interior design, and price was one of the important factor. That was around the time when the bespoke came with lots of different colors. In the living room there should be sofa, TV, or some lightings. And we had to consider whether kitchen tables go with TV. And these days, we can go to IKEA or Hansem stores. So, do you have any plan to collaborate with those brands to create a VR experience? Yes, I've been married for 3 years myself. when I agree that I also had lots of quarrels. I think that's the similar case with the collaborations we had. There are many factors on bespoke, the appliances, kitchen table, and many other things in a living room. I'm always open to collaborating with furniture brands, not officialized though. The contents here, they were all created in 3D format, but most importantly, the vase, the items, they all protected by IPs. Lightings of famous brands or vase. If there are chances that you may violate the IP, so that's why we wanted to make sure that we don't violate their IPs. And I was also thinking about that to collaborate with other furniture brands to enrich our contents, but not yet. When they will be reflected, I'm not sure about that. Sorry for that. Thank you for your answer, and let's move on to the next question.
So thank you for the presentation. When I think of Samsung, home solution was very impressive. That used IoT, right? So I wonder, Metaverse is not used widely for this solution, right? So I wonder, there is a plan to add Metaverse to your solution. So that is IoT service that is being promoted from the company, and actually that smart feature, all of the smart feature is added to our appliances, the bespoke line made by Samsung. And actually how to apply Metaverse to our solution, we are still thinking about it. Actually by the end of June, there is going to be update to our content solution. So actually there is a plan to adopt Metaverse soon. So about smart things, about this service, actually a lot of devices can be connected to our smart things. Not only Samsung devices, but our affiliates products are linked as well. And when a routine is set by a user, then tens of devices start operating based on that timeline. So this is another state-of-the-art technology that we are proud of, and actually we are thinking about putting more features. And actually, yes, Metaverse is in our roadmap, but it is kind of sad that we can't really show the output today in this conference, right?
Please raise your hand if you have further questions. One of the pre-selected questions, the MR device unveiled by Apple this week. How Samsung has any plan to develop devices like that? But personally, I'm not sure about. I'm not expert on sales, R&D. I'm working for the sales department, so I'm not sure about that. But when it comes to HMD, our model is Facebook Oculus. This is a very innovative device, but I examined how people were using this device. The Oculus is an amazing device, but it was such a great challenge still to actually wear the device and use the controllers. teenagers were not very hesitant to try the device, but as they are more open to using devices like that. But in those in their 30s or higher, they like to check on monitor. They prefer not to use HMD. So I believe the most important thing is how convenient it should be to use. I looked at the Vision Pro and I wanted to buy one when it's unveiled, but it's such an expensive device, $3,900. But I think it was really innovative that it has eye tracking function. But what's more important is it should be easier for consumers to try. This is my totally personal opinion. Thank you for your closing remarks. Please give him a warm round of applause. Thank you for your wonderful presentation. That was the Youn from Samsung Electronics.